Okay, on your lesson 8 problem set, let's start with problem number 1, A and B. Now I wrote these on my whiteboard so they're a little bigger so everyone can see exactly what I'm doing. So something that I forgot to mention in our last video was that parentheses, whenever you see them like this, mean do me first. It's like putting a big star or highlighting it, saying like, hey, do me first, take care of this first, and then do the rest. So if I look at this top problem, 12 minus 4, I know, is 8. I have 12 and I took 4 away, it gives me 8. So I have 8 plus 6, which equals 14. So if I were you, I would take my paper and I would write 14 right there. And just so we're aware, if my answer is if my equal sign is over here, like it is on this problem, my answer still goes on the line. It's not anything to be afraid of. My answer just goes on the line. Okay, so now let's do the bottom problem. 12 minus 4 plus 6. Parentheses means do me first. So I'm going to come over here and look at 4 plus 6. I know that 4 and 6 more is 10. And then I have 12 minus 10. That gives me 2. Notice, I moved my parentheses from 12 minus 4 to 4 plus 6, and my answer changed a lot. So where those parentheses are actually does matter quite a bit. All right, let's do problems E and F. E and F. Let's practice those two together. I'll write them big on my whiteboard so that you guys can see. E and F. I have a blank line equals 3 plus 2 with parentheses around them times 6. And then I have another one, the blank line equals 3 plus 2 times 6 with my parentheses around the 2 times 6. Now I am going to solve for both. Remember, I do my parentheses first. So on the top one, I'm going to do 3 plus 2, and everybody knows that 3 plus 2 is 5. Very good. Times 6. 30. Excellent. Now, normally my answer would be over here, but like I said, whatever's on the other side of my equal sign, that's where my answer goes. So 30 goes right there. Now, let's do this problem. Same numbers, just different parentheses spot down here at the bottom. I'm going to do my parentheses first. 2 times 6, this is like our application problem. We know that that's 12. And then 3 plus 12, oh wait, that's a 3's fact, that's 15. So by moving those parentheses, my answer was cut in half. Half of 30 is 15, and all I did was move my parentheses. So you see how important those parentheses really are. They play a big role. Okay, now that you know how to do the top part, I want you guys to try and get all of these done. Try and get all of these done. If you get all of this side done and feel comfortable, you can go on to this side and give some division a try. If you're a little skeptical, a little nervous, that's okay. You can just stick to this side. But if you're feeling brave and want to keep going, come on to this side. All right, now let's try one of these problems down here in this chart. The directions say, use parentheses to make the equations true. So I've got these long equations with this answer at the end, and I need to figure out how or where my parentheses are going to go to make that answer true. So again, I'll put it on my whiteboard so everyone can see it nice and big. We'll do A together, 2A. It's the very first one right here. We'll do this one together. The problem says 16 minus 4 plus 7 equals 19. Okay, now your job is to just add those parentheses. Where are they going to go? So I am going to do this by just starting with my parentheses at the end. 16 take away 4. Everybody? That's right, 12. 12 plus 7 more. Oh my gosh, look at that. 19. So my parentheses go around 16 minus 4. So if I was going to do this problem, I would put them around the 16 and the 4. Now, let's just take a quick peek and see what would have happened if I put my parentheses in the wrong spot. Let's say I put my parentheses around the 4 and the 7. Now remember, parentheses means do me first. So I have 4 plus 7, which gives me 11. Then I have 16 minus 11. Uh-oh, that equals 5. So we know our parentheses can't go there. No, no, no. All right, let's do another one, just so we are practiced. All right, let's do G. G, right down here, it says 5 equals 10 divided by 10 times 5. Let's check this one out. Let me write it nice and big for you so we can all see. 5 equals 10 divided by 10 times 5. Now remember, my job is to place those parentheses where they need to go to make the statement true. Now, if I place my parentheses around my tens, just because they're closest, I know that 10 divided by 10 is 1, because any number divided by itself is 1. So 1 times 5, it equals 5. Wow! Look how lucky we got. All right, let's see what would happen if I put my parentheses in a different spot. What if I put my parentheses around my 5 and 10? I have to do these first. 10 times 5, that equals 50. 10 divided by 50? Oh boy. If I have 10 cookies and I'm trying to split them by 50 people, is everybody going to have one whole cookie? No way! Each person is going to get like this big of a cookie piece. That's not very fun. I can't split 10 cookies by 50 people. Oh, no, no. So I know that that is definitely not my answer. My parentheses need to go around my tens. Okay. I want you guys to try as many of these bottom ones as you can. If you get to one and you're just super stumped, you can skip it and then ask during math groups at 10:30. If you get to one and you're just feeling super overwhelmed, that's okay too. You can leave it blank. Good luck.